going to have to execute, be sound against this terrific KU defense. On the other end, the big fella, David McCormick, so much improved. They got to guard him well.
That's part of our starting lineups brought to us by Rocket Mortgage, by Quicken Loans. Both teams have to replace a Conference Defensive Player of the Year. Philip Petrusev for Gonzaga is out, the West Coast Conference Player of the Year. And for Kansas, Udoka Azubuike is the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year. Doug Sermons is raring to go as well. He's got the ball in his hand. Roger Ayers and Mike Greenstein will flank him. Bill and myself and our great crew and everybody in the building ready to play some ball. Kansas and Gonzaga, the two teams that finished 1 and 2 in the AP poll last year. And David McCormick out of the gate with the tip.
Adam, I mean, right now the Zags go with a little. It's been a while since I've said that.
I think the warm feeling just embraced all of us right now. There's the first two of the season. Ochai Agbaji breaks the scoring seal for the Jayhawks.
Really a solid kid on both ends of the floor. Very deep Gonzaga team. Of course, this is the key guy. I think a nice entry pass to Tilly.
Kispert does a lot of the offensive facilitating as going to the line will be Drew Timme. Bill Self closed last season with 16 consecutive wins that got him over the 500 win mark in his time at Kansas. 15 Big 12 regular season titles in 17 years. Drew Timme's got the first point for Gonzaga, and for Mark Few, he seeks his 600th career victory in his 22nd year with the Zags.
Boy, the old banquet joke amongst the three of us. We were about 1,200.
That's right.
Unfortunately, I only had 6 or 7 of them.
Knocked away by Anton Watson.
Pretty.
The lob to the rim for Jalen Suggs. Beautiful feed by Joel Ayayi.
Everybody looking to watch Suggs. This kid is a talented performer, athletic. We're going to get him for a tee hanging on the rim, I believe.
Yep.
This is just a pressure defense, not being prepared. And wow. Elevation. You like football? You can play football. You like basketball? Of course, the big hands, nice presence. Watson that time with a nice little deflection and the finish.
Technical foul, so Ochai Agbaji is at the free throw line for Kansas. And Agbaji's got all 4 for the Jayhawks as we get a look at who's built for success, brought to us by Rocket Mortgage. Who are you looking at?
Well, Marcus Garrett's such a talented defender. Outstanding performer. He can guard all the positions on the floor. Corey Kispert, load him up. He can shoot it deep. Got a nice floater game. You saw that entry pass. And faulty D by Kansas. Not a great denial on the box on Timme. Trying to establish McCormick, see how they handle it.
There he is. Nice help. Surrounded him that time, Billy. Suggs, the athletic guard, back the other way with his second bucket.
What do you think of the advanced Billy on this game? Pretty good start.
Decent.
Oh. These are programs, by the way. And they don't retool, they just keep it going. Nice little rake, something you have to do to help out if you're not doubling, but in the open floor, terrific performer. And he does have a good stick at 3 as well.
Jalen Suggs is the highest ranked recruit in Gonzaga history, a top 5 player, and just the 2nd McDonald's All-American.
Nice pin down to get a look for Kispert.
Just a little bit short as he hit the deck. Timme is there for the offensive rebound. Timme, 6'10" sophomore out of Texas. Played AAU ball with this guy, Jalen Wilson.
Yeah, interesting. Played well in the tournament at the end of the year in their conference. Nice little dribble drive within the restraining area.
Timme tried to take the charge, and he gets tagged with the foul. Season in review that was cut short due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Just 3 losses. The latest came against the Baylor Bears before 16 straight wins to close the season. Baylor was picked to win the Big 12 for the first time in its program history. This year, Kansas was picked number 2.
A lot of discussion, the end of last year, who could have won it. These two teams right in the conversation, obviously, and out of the gate this year, the same.
Marcus Garrett, Naismith, and Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year last year. Excellent facilitator, led the Big 12 in assists.
With great length, plays the passing lanes, and as Bill mentioned to us in the pregame, his ability to switch. So now it won't just be on Kispert. Don't give him those looks.
Yeah, got a good one there, but he couldn't knock it down. He's missed his first couple of attempts.
Got to contain Garrett's dribble drive. Nice entry.
To McCormick.
Good foot.
Oh, wow. Maneuvering around three white jersey defenders.
Everything but. Nice run out.
Oh, Watson.
Pretty look again. Suggs doing it all.
That's right. Jalen Suggs, an excellent dual-threat quarterback as well in his Minnesota high school days. Garrett taking the contact, unable to finish. Ball goes to Gonzaga.
I talked about execution by the Zags. They're getting the ball out, they're dominating, getting some really nice looks. But this angle pass right on the money at the right time makes the rest easy.
Gonzaga last season, 7th in the country in assist to turnover rate, or assist per game, 4th in the country in assist to turnover ratio.
Nice breakdown. Got to get that hand up and challenge. He can beat you in or out.
A lot of size for this Gonzaga team.
Yeah, very good. Much bigger than the KU team, believe it or not. With only 3 really frontline offensive players for Kansas.
Mitch Lightfoot is in the game as he took the spot of David McCormick. A 3 off target from Wilson. Suggs, the step through, the stop and go.
Nice save.
Watson slapped it out.
Well, what footwork that time by Barrett, huh?
You can see why he was named with all those accolades.
Why would you leave him alone?
Oh, Kispert went up high. Lightfoot met him at the summit, but it is a foul call.
Tell you what, I thought that was clean. Are you on board with that? What a great presentation. Man, at the summit, I thought that was a clean. Well, you really come strong against both of these teams, though. Ooh, that was a lot of ball. No, there's always some body underneath, but got to get your shoulder repaired after that one.
Mitch Lightfoot, who redshirted last year with Udoka Azubuike and David McCormick playing in front of him back this season.
He thought he did a pretty good job.
I think he did as well.
Expression. Brown on the floor now. Deep threat. Had a great end of the year last year, I think, for Kansas.
Kispert at the free throw line. First team West Coast Conference last year. Career season averaging 14 a game.
And Markfield just lavishes praise on this kid's leadership ability on and off the floor. Prototypical student athlete. 2-2-1. Use some clock a little bit.
You mentioned Bryce Thompson, outstanding freshman, top 20 player.
He moves well without the ball. Unfortunately, moved in the wrong direction there for Brown.
Right. Turnover as it's thrown away by Christian Brown. Kansas will use a timeout as Gonzaga has its largest lead of the opening minutes at 8. Glad to have college basketball back. 2 of the great programs in the country battling to open up their season. Well, in terms of win percentage over the last decade, Gonzaga right at number 1.
Fury traveled without his Gillette case, I think.
Andrew Nembhard is on the floor for Gonzaga, and Umar Ballo.
He walked, but he really does have that little hook shot down there. In inter-squad scrimmage, he's lost a lot of weight, learning how to play. Baby Shaq, is that what they throw at him?
That's Baby Shaq out there.
Maybe when Baby Shaq was in high school.
The large individual, certainly. 4 early turnovers for Kansas trying to get things going. Abaji off target, Watson the rebound, and he gives it.
Nice pass.
Ayayi off to Ballo, but was denied by Lightfoot.
Boy, Kansas really not doing a great job defensively, which is their trademark. Good look, normally good. By Brown.
Christian Brown, 44% from downtown last year for Kansas, one of their best returning shooters. There's the transfer from Florida, Nembhard, beautiful take.
What a screen by Watson. Incredible. Just opened up that path, finish out of Florida.
67 starts in 2 years. Just told this week that his waiver was granted, and he was eligible to play in the opener.
Happiest guy in the world, I'm sure, when he heard that news.
Next to Mark Few, I would imagine.
Yeah. and the team.
Here comes Kispert out of the pack. Gonzaga up 7.
Euro, pretty. He's got the whole package under control.
9-point lead is the largest for the Bulldogs.
Tough kid right here.
Brown took it inside. Ballo slapped it away from Lightfoot.
But they give it up early, don't they? Very unselfish team, deep team, good size, the Zags.
Team that reverses the ball, tries to get their offense in sync. Got the entry and it's out of bounds.
This is just a great little play on the seal right here. Just to hold off, make that entry nice and easy. Refreshing out of Florida. Here's that little Euro crossover step, avoid the charge, and finish the deal.
Timmy's back in for Ballo. And Aaron Cook, the transfer from Southern Illinois, is into the game. A guy who dealt with a medical red shirt last year after just 6 games, had a broken hand. He came in dealing with a little bit of a hip pointer, but is in the game.
A real good defensive player, too, as well.
Play for Barry Hinson at SIU. Nice take by Kispert.
And how about how he used that rim? Normally, it looked like he was going to take it on the right side, switch to the southpaw.
Forced McCormick off of him.
You mentioned side to side. Both these clubs do a great job.
Yep.
There's some confidence early, huh?
Tyon Grant Foster with his first Kansas points, the junior college All-American.
He had a good workout yesterday, didn't you think?
Yeah, I thought so too.
Garrett with those hands on Kispert.
Joel Ayayi off to Nemhard. And to rescue it. We'll say this end of the floor with 13 to shoot.
Well, both clubs are in the attack mode, aren't they?
Very much so.
It doesn't feel like a first game, not feeling one another out, just going at it.
Kansas finished as the #1 team in the AP poll. Gonzaga finished as the #2 team. First time that Gonzaga opens as a #1. Drew Timme maneuvering around McCormick.
Nice drop step, body control. Backed off a little bit. He's got to get some touches at this end, I think, for Kansas.
Interesting to watch McCormick. He is the lone main big on this team. Obviously, they have Lightfoot. They have some guys that can come in, but not like McCormick. There is Marcus Garrett hitting a 3. Garrett got into some, beg your pardon now. McCormick got into some foul issues at times last season, in particular against bigger teams like a Baylor.
Again, his foot was nice pass.
Oh, Kispert with the jam off the Cook feed.
How about the step and go? He is cooking. A little ISO two-man play.
McCormick and Garrett trying to work the two-man. Here's Grant Foster. Ayayi into the paint.
Nice, unselfish.
There's Kispert. His next point puts him at 1,000 for his career. Instead, he looks for Timme. Nearly 8 minutes in, Kansas trailing by 9.
A little push off, got to be careful. Yeah. He's improved that shot.
Yes.
It's not in the flow, that particular trip.
Kispert. He's got over 1,000 points in his career.
The trail man, very alert, and boy, he gets them organized.
106th career game, now sitting at 1,002 points.
Really not. Those quick jacks are hurting Kansas, don't you think?
Earlier, they were really getting into the offense.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
Timmy, we mentioned the end of the year, really stepped up big in the WCC tournament. Drop step, finish, a little kiss. Spokane smiling. And on this end, a little slip, and why not? Bang it home, Kispert. Very tough in that open floor. The trail man, the ability to firm them, stick them, and drill it.
Their largest of this opening half. Timmy and Kispert have combined for 19 of the 27 for the Zags.
Pretty good start. We mentioned on the beginning to execute. They have been flawless at the offensive end against this stout defense. Let's see if KU can get back to a nice little slip.
Oh, again, Suggs with the feed, and Timmy finishes.
A little bit of over-helping on ball screens and not reacting on a slip. Not typical of KU.
Gonzaga, 7 of its last 8 good from the field. There's Marcus Garrett. Nice take to the other side of the rim.
He is really a good driver. He can go left as well. Nice little rake just to help.
Thompson over for that help with Lightfoot. Timmy left it short.
I think Lightfoot's going to be an important guy this year.
Seems like
he can step out and make a 3 on occasion. Year off really helps, I think.
Lightfoot set the screen that time.
That's that replace that people like to run. Pretty.
Left hand hook there.
He's a solid kid. Experience. Plays with confidence.
Today is game number 99 in the career of Mitch Lightfoot.
Really step and go on this denial on the wings. It's been effective. He can do this.
Yep, Suggs parries it.
Unbelievable talent.
A lot of Jeremy Pargo comparisons you're hearing around the Gonzaga program. That was the 08 West Coast Conference Player of the Year.
And you were worried about him being, you know, a freshman, adjusting to this level. Nice little ball screen and slip. Nice cross.
Garrett, beautifully done.
Great timing. You love to see the heart right now. Taking over, needs some help. This is where they've got to establish control. Timmy's actually getting the ball easily in that low box area.
Suggs through a lot of traffic. Lightfoot, part of that defense, saved it.
Lex Brown went the wrong way, Tom.
And Thompson went right that time.
Yeah.
It was going off to the left.
Wide open, too.
Kispert against Garrett. Great matchup there. Christian Brown into the body of Timmy. Just short.
And Suggs.
Wow, what a rebound that was, huh?
It could be offense. Yep.
And it is. Yep. Thompson got back to help defend.
Just a little too deep. And how about the start by Corey? The Euro, the ability to get to the rim and adjust, take away the dunk, and why not? Big time delivery at the 10. Power. Personified. Pretty good start.
It's his first breather about 11 minutes in. And a great start with 11 points.
They are deep, aren't they, Gonzaga? And they really have guys who can step in.
And they were considered to be one of the deeper teams, in particular, one of the deeper backcourts already before the other day when Nembhard was.
The good news came.
Yes. Suggs with his second foul.
Nembhard's really good in ball screen situations. Dribble drive, finds guys.
Played all those SEC opponents that love to run that.
There you go.
There's Thompson, yep.
Really nice middle game this kid has.
And McCormick guarding Timmy. With some help from Tristan and Aruna.
Aruna got the hand on it. Pretty good play. And they do double the box, but they love to rake down and stay at home.
Mark Few had the #1 offense in terms of efficiency in college basketball last year.
And Wilson in the low box got tied up. That's sort of Kansas out of bounds play too. You mentioned Doak earlier, used to lob to him, and then the duck in. How about this guy? Unbelievable what he's done. And his coaching, both he and Mark, just amazing. Demanding, and yet very reasonable in the way they approach the game.
I would venture to say with all 4 coaches here, they kind of had similar sensibilities.
Exactly.
Nembhard is maneuvering. Now it's Ayayi, 5 on the clock. The Watson screen, the close from Wilson, off target on the 3.
Didn't hit the rim.
Yep.
Now that's better defense by Kansas. Getting the feel of the game.
You were talking about it. Bill Self at the top of the charts in Kansas history. 28th season overall with the stops at ORU and Tulsa in Illinois. Two-time AP National Coach of the Year, and of course a title under his belt.
And probably I happened to be at the Hall of Fame when he was inducted. Nice little jump hook. This kid can be a big-time factor. Easy entry, poor defense. Cook may have carried it on that look on the cut.
Sold it as a little bit of the in and out there.
A little Allen eye, huh?
Absolutely.
Nice defense by Thompson. They got fouled, too.
Yep, that's what Roger Ayers is going to call. Watson picks up his first foul of the game. Corey Kispert off to the hot start. Gonzaga's led by double digits.
Pick this Chamori, of course, in the NBA, Demonis Sabonis as well. Kelly Olynyk with the Heat. John Stockton, one of the all-time favorites. And Adam Morrison, what a thrilling career he had. There's so many. Brandon Clark, Zach Collins, Nigel Williams-Goss, Ronnie Turiev, Dan Dickow. You got any of you? I mean, they're just an amazing job. And of course, Dan Munson claims he was the architect of the program. Of course, Fury's taking it a few steps later. Once again, I like that. Get inside to the big fella. Comes up empty.
Kispert back on the floor after about a minute and a half of game time breather, plus the timeout in between. Nembhard, Watson, Timmy, Kispert, and Ayayi for Gonzaga. Good job by Abaji. Nearly saved it. And it will be last touch by Gonzaga, according to Doug Sermons.
I think it may have been out of bounds. Part of the possibility anyhow. Or last touch, you're right.
Yeah. Sideline touch was last delivered by Nembhard. Thompson will get a breather. There is Andrew Nembhard.
Kansas is going to be a tough out this year because defensively they are so solid. Shaky at the beginning. Looks like they got a little more control at that end of the floor.
Number 2 in defensive efficiency last season, right behind Virginia. Bill Self is, I think, arguing the shot clock. They marked it at 20.
Pretty good denial out here by Nembhard.
He's going to guard Garrett.
Terrific penetrator. That's his game.
Now guarding Abaji on that switch. And Abaji gets the friendly roll. He's got his second bucket.
Abaji counting a good run out. And how about this finish?
Timmy.
What a find by Nembhard. Great read and absent. Silent recovery there by KU.
And Aruna gliding to the rim, Raf.
Yeah, pretty good with that left hand. Don't get back.
You said it earlier, Raf. These two teams not afraid to attack.
Not at all. They do it off screens, step and goes, dribble drives.
Ayayi getting past the big and McCormick.
And that's what they're saying on the bench at Kansas. Ayayi.
Hey.
Oh my God. My goodness. Too easy.
Redshirt junior from Bordeaux, France. There's the touch from McCormick, and he can step out and shoot. That was a decent look.
He's going to have a good year. Great shape. Lost all that weight early on. Footwork's much better.
Good cover up by Wilson on Kispert.
By the way, don't mention Bordeaux in the morning. Later in the day.
It may have been a rough night. Drew Timmy had a steam to the rim.
A good knock call, too.
And Aruna tried to take the charge.
Bill Self not happy with the defense. Too many easy opportunities. Not typical of Kansas team. A little hesitation to blow by. Number 11, Joel to the rim. And right here, just avoiding that contact. Little smooch the Zags. Problems for Bill. How deep this Gonzaga team is. Schroeder's coming in now. He's one of those guys that Mark described gets points. And they are deep and efficient.
Ballo, Ayayi, Kispert, Nembhard out there as well for Gonzaga.
Extended the floor a little bit defensively now. 1-2-2. Pretty good size on the wings in front here.
And Aruna trying to beat that shot. Ayayi with the pick.
What a A great read set up by that trap on the sideline. And Mark wants them to go at it again, and they are. Post turn and attack.
Baji and Lightfoot and Aruna out there with Garrett and Brown. Garrett into Ballo, and a foul is called.
Pretty good job by Ballo, though. Stepping back, did get a little nickel-dimer, but his is just gorgeous trapping in the read. Great understanding, step in that passing lane. And nobody really posted big, hollered for the basketball.
Marcus Garrett is the high man for Kansas with 9. Excellent defender. Obviously, Devon Dotson was their best perimeter defender. Now signing a two-way contract with the Chicago Bulls. He steps in as the toughest perimeter defender, though, by far. And he had the best pedigree of anybody last year.
And they missed Dotson because of that dribble drive ability. He was explosive. That's the one thing they don't have, Bill said, is the ability to break down the defense. Garrett, the one guy on this club, but Player of the Year, Naismith Award, outstanding career thus far. Marcus. Everybody can handle with this team, too.
Versatile for this Gonzaga offense.
They did a nice job defensively.
Yeah, good reaching by Thompson. He's done a good job on help defense.
Good give.
Brown just off target. Kispert tipped it alive to Watson.
Well, they got numbers if they go.
Nemhard to Ayayi for 3.
I'll
save it.
Didn't have to. Up the way. There's a lot of points to be given up for KU.
And Brown hits another 3, his second. They were top 10 of the country in efficiency last year. They led the Big 12 with nearly 75 points a game.
Bill loves this kid's toughness. Good rebounder. Obviously a great stroke.
All freshman team in the Big 12 last year, Christian Brown. He's right up on Watson. Clock at 5 for Kispert.
Middle ball screen.
Fires a 3 and knocks it down.
A little space. A little early shush.
Just enough airspace to trigger that 3, and he's got 14.
He doesn't need much room. What a blessing getting him back. He will have a long career, I think.
181 three-pointers in his career at Gonzaga as well.
Nice move.
Brown taking the contact. You talked about his toughness.
Yeah.
He showed it right there.
It was Montego. You mentioned the other end, not needing much space, just a little late attack by number 44. But ringing the bell big time. This guy's got springs, squares it up, and loads it. Get the puppy scent from Spokane.
San Diego State picked to win the
big.
Mountain West. They got 3 starters back. Very good team beat UCLA.
That's the one that jumped out at me right away this morning. Of course, Villanova had, BC played very well. Villanova turned it on late.
4 overtime win for Georgia State against Georgia Tech. First win against an ACC school for the Panthers. Already we've had a little drama in the early going.
Gonzaga's really played solid. Kansas has not. Yet they're right there. Just get a few adjustments on the defensive end. Communicate better on their switches and contain the dribble drive.
3.5 to go here in the opening stanza.
Harris on the floor now. Pretty good slasher.
Dominic Harris out of California. Here is Timmy with left hand.
Solid footwork, though. Sets you up one way, drop, control, finish.
Back to a double-digit lead for Gonzaga. Abaji, clean look.
Nice look. It's Hardy defensively there. Nice give by Marcus.
Harris, part of this excellent freshman class. Watson with a nice feed to Timmy. They're leaning on him. A foul is called.
Might be Brown on the offside. Nope.
Go Abaji.
Abaji, yeah. Just terrific maneuver. Great footwork, really fundamentally sound. Look for the back door first, set his guy up. McCormick held in abeyance.
7 of 9 from the floor, Drew Timme. All freshman selection last year, all tournament, as you mentioned, Bill, really played well down the stretch. Really good in the high-low game, as you can tell. Really establishes himself well, very much like a Killian Tilly.
Well, that's what opens up driving lanes for everybody else, too. He can be up high, pick and pop. A real good feel, understanding, and yet can play with his back to the basket. Once again, that 1-2-2.
Yep, applying it again. Thompson, the freshman, to another one in Wilson. Out to Abaji, another three.
He is confident. Terrific give, pretty unselfish.
Kansas back within a half dozen. 6 3-pointers in this first half for the Jayhawks.
Now you knew they would go nice hands again.
Abaji on the deck battling with Strother.
Yeah, Strother gave it up, then fouled. Just a different atmosphere now defensively. Much more aggressive, good hands. Not only on the one end, Abaji creating some havoc, but that end defensively really solid. And that's what Bill sells frequently with this team. That's why they're such a tough out. But 60 points they gave up last year. And that's pretty darn good.
Top 10 of the country in scoring defense a year ago. 46 allowed in this first half. And a 1-and-1 now for Ochai Abaji, the junior from Kansas City. Originally born in Milwaukee. His dad, Alofu, a city planner. His mom, Erica, a kindergarten teacher. Both played at UW-Milwaukee. Leading returning scorer for Kansas, which lost Dotson and Azubuike, and also Isaiah Moss. Between those three, that was more than half the scoring.
And a lot of the shooting, particularly Moss, could stretch the deep for him.
That's right.
Abaji, a confident kid, though. He's got Kispert, 2 on the initial. Let's see how it stacks up. Nice switch. The Browns got to be concerned now because Kispert's great without the basketball. Well, we've been talking about Ochai. Why not? The way he can drill it, the ability to get himself free, good without the basketball. They find him. Great looking stroke, squares up, fluid delivery, and plays this end of the game as well.
First foul against Marcus Garrett of Kansas. Neither team with a foul to give the rest of the half. Nembhard had it stripped, but a foul called on the redshirt freshman Jalen Wilson.
He thought he was clean, too. Pretty good dribble drive. Negated. Let's see if we give him a little bump there if I want to call it. Worth an argument.
His second of the game. Playing in just his third collegiate game. Remember, he only played 2 games last year before a broken left ankle against North Carolina Greensboro. This is his first game action since November 8th of last year.
And they expect a lot out of him, too. And Nembhard has a great feel for the game, too. Nice pace. Sets his man up extremely well. Goes either way. Great off the ball screen.
Back up to 7. Got a lot of guys that can handle the ball for Kansas right now.
They're going to play small a lot this year. They got 5 guards on the floor.
Yep.
You and I could play this game, maybe.
Now we got a guard Wilson who can shoot over the top. Long one. Deep 2 there from Jalen.
Great D on the post.
Nembhard sets up Kispert. Bangs down another 3.
Boy, he is pure. Off the dribble drive by Nembhard. Why not?
17 for Corey Kispert.
Nice pitch.
Garrett got denied by the bottom of the backboard, but good job to stay with it. The foul is called.
Yeah, nice, Brian. This is going to be open middle. And Bill likes that 4 around 1, generally speaking, but this is 5 around 0. Be a good time for the Zags to take advantage of Timme with this lineup on KU.
Kispert picked up his first. Strother will get a breather. Harris will go to the bench as well. Those 2 freshmen.
Well, it is a March kind of a game, isn't it?
Feels like it. I mean, this easily could be A matchup you would have seen in last year's tournament, maybe in the Final Four, and certainly a matchup that you could see this year deep in a tournament run, as these two teams certainly are built for it.
People were salivating for these kind of matchups last year.
And this is a matchup that just came together in the recent weeks.
Right.
It's a completely different field a few weeks ago.
It's like the old days. Make a phone call. What are you up to? You free?
For the second call here against Gonzaga. Yeah, text some of your buddies and go, hey, man, I got a squad. You got a squad? Let's go find a spot to play.
Where do you want to play? You pick the playground. And Timmy trying to load up that call for that three.
So with 58 seconds left, Timmy will go to the bench. We get a breather. Cook and Kispert, Nembhard and Ayayi with Watson for Gonzaga. Garrett, Abaji, Thompson, Wilson, and Brown for Kansas. Garrett, nice maneuvering. Watson stepped in. He gets called for the foul and count the basket.
No, the other way.
It's going the other way. We have one official who said anything. It was Mike Greenstein who was going to flip it the other way. That is a charge.
They are terrific that way, letting one another know, not getting different calls on the play. I would agree with that one.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with that.
Pretty good handle right here. Bad footwork by Watson there.
You saw Doug Sermons initially had it as a block, but he deferred to Mike Greenstein, who had the call for a charge against the Kansas guard.
They go with Timmy again on this end. The ball screen, see what they get out of it. And a lock low in the lane. Better D. Thompson that time. Yep. He's going to get called for a foul if he's not careful.
Now he's switched out on Nembhard, who maneuvers to the rim and had it blocked by Thompson.
Pretty good reaction. Thompson's really played excellent on defense. Bill was after him yesterday to concentrate. As a youngster, they used to having your backside slap for good plays. You got a guard as well. Terrific effort hanging with it big time. We got a good one.
And they still have a lead in the loss column on the rest of the NFC East, but it may not be pretty, but it's going to be interesting down the stretch, Billy.
It's been a struggle. I think the Giants are playing better, by the way.
Their defense actually very good. Daniel Jones running the ball very well.
51-44, not bad when you can. It's not good at the beginning of the half, I thought, but now much more solid on this end particularly.
9 to shoot for Gonzaga here. Nembhard. Lost it, got it back, still time to shoot. And he knocks it down, coolly knocks it down.
How about that? Confidence and paying attention to detail. Gotta go.
Thompson, yes! What a flurry at the end of the half. Watson will launch it away. About 101 first half points out of the gate, Billy.
Wow. Who's in charge of the D on both ends? But Thompson at the one end here.
Florida on this Thanksgiving holiday. Hope you and yours are enjoying it. 54-46. Plenty of offense in that first half. Gonzaga on top. Adam Amin, Bill Raftery, thankful and grateful to be here. And I'm sure Mark Few is very thankful to see that his two veteran presences who had such a great year last year really stepped up, Timmy and Kispert.
A great feel for the game. Both they're unselfish players, but they can contribute in a solid fashion, whether it's inside or out. Timmy, little ball screen, slip to the goal, finish it big time, big fella. And here's a nice little Euro by him. Usually it's a guard that maneuvers that way. And Corey Kispert, what can you say? You go under, you pay for the damage. Great feel for the game, good handle. Uses that rim to go to that left hand. Some pretty good numbers by those two.
11 combined three-pointers. Both teams shot pretty well in that first half. 55% for Kansas, 68% for Gonzaga. A little toe-to-toe here. A couple of good dynamic duos for these two so far.
Both clubs, pretty talented performers. I look for Kansas eventually to play a little smaller again, as they did at the end of the half, just to button up the defense. You know, Bill Self had to get after his club. As good defensively as you normally see. Pretty good job here.
How about that? McCormick denied Timmy right out of the gate. That's more of what Bill Self was used to seeing last year.
I don't know how he got the ball that deep, though. He wasn't in a great position, McCormick. Use him in there.
There he is. Like confident with all those defenders around him and just shooting over the top.
And I feel he's become more patient with that shot.
1 of 5 in the first half, but good looks, though, even in this.
Yeah, he did. You know, we can make that little foul line jumper. Right now they need some inside. Suggs gets tagged. Well, first, Suggs had that technical for whooping early in that first half. And right here, just too easy, too deep, and loading up, and why not? Trying to help him, but McCormick just too big and has a nice away from traffic maneuver here.
Baji got the worst of Jalen Suggs there. He gets checked out.
And on the drive, they hooked up here. His closeout, he was a little too tight. He violated the cylinder. You did that last night to me.
I have a tendency to do that.
Hopefully just be temporary.
So Baji is going to get checked out after Suggs got a piece of him. Bill Cowgill is the Associate Director of Sports Medicine in Kansas.
He's been there since Bill, right?
Yeah, Bill. A decade now. A couple of those things. There's Corey Kispert. That's a deep three. Nearly got the friendly bounce.
Well, he can really stretch the D, though.
Thompson, the pull-up pop for three.
3 for 3, this kid. You will be seeing a lot more of him.
Suggs, beautiful pass to Drew Timme inside, who's got 19.
And Suggs with a read, but Timme getting in the right spot.
McCormick working with defenders around him. Very confident.
And what a great job. Ball faking outside, loosened the D a little bit.
No panic there with two defenders.
Different kid, really.
And he's got to defend Drew Timme.
Yeah, this is the end he's got to become efficient at. Nice cut. Little read.
It's a little short on the pass from Watson.
And Thompson alert, too.
Brown sets it up for Wilson. And here comes Gonzaga. Lead has been trimmed down to 3.
Ooh, that looked like a pretty good slap away, but he must have got some body. Suggs in motion. This little cross and fine. That is really solid basketball. And McCormick just with this little ball fake just freezes that D and up. And then again, the footwork. Fell to look and good maneuver.
Marcus Garrett just picked up his 3rd personal foul for Kansas. He's still out there defending. Kispert.
How does he get free like that?
Yeah, that's one of the guys you can't leave open.
Number 24.
Oh, what a take by Garrett. Strong to the rim. And look at this. After being down by 14 at one point in the first half, Kansas backed it in 1.
Yeah, you know they're not going to go away. Too much pride in this program.
Suggs to Watson. Twisting, but a traveling violation is called.
Suggs may have taken an extra step before the fine.
Mark Few's team, which retook the early lead from Kansas in the opening moments, has not relinquished it since. Kansas with a chance to take the lead.
Are you shocked by these numbers? I mean, I am.
The offense.
Yeah, 56, 55.
But not shocked at the skill level.
Comes the hook. No, little turnaround jumper.
Just short from McCormick. Wilson battling hard, and Kispert with the foul.
Nice job by Wilson finding the seam there, anticipating the offside rebound.
Jalen Wilson, one of the big stories around Kansas, and Jalen was a completely new look for him. Body's trimmed down, got a haircut.
Right.
Just looks like a completely different player, but
solid player is what they say.
Absolutely.
A lot of little things he does for this team. Sort of a glue guy.
We were wondering if he'd be in the starting lineup tonight. Either he or Bryce Thompson. And obviously both are going to play good minutes regardless. But Wilson got the start. Now you see Baji coming back into the game after he was tended to.
I'm sure Bill, some adjustments on this defensive end. I got a little
Clock issue.
Yeah.
Shot clock never ticked down off the inbound. Third longest active win streak in the country, belonging to Kansas, which obviously never happens because just about every team ends their season with a loss. But
they had a great run at the end of the year. You're right.
Dayton and New Mexico State
are the other
longer win streaks entering this season.
Nice job by McCormick defensively.
Really taking Timmy away. Now here he is in the blocks.
And no double. A little rake. That's what you got to do. Nice hands, McCormick.
Excellent defensive possession from Kansas.
Good pass.
That's off target. The follow would not go for Thompson, and still loose on the deck. Garrett diving for it. Watson knocked it away. Here comes Gonzaga. Suggs to the rim, and a foul on Brown.
Good giveaway, too. Hopefully Suggs is okay. Big-time basketball. Scrappy in earnest.
Take a breath as Jalen Suggs, the freshman out of Minnesota, goes to the free throw line.
Playing football helped in that situation, didn't it? You're used to taking hits.
He had several Division I college football offers. Excellent dual-threat quarterback. In fact, he's the first Minnesota athlete to win both Mr. Football and Mr. Basketball in the same year. That's the level of athlete Jalen Suggs is.
Pretty impressive, and that rotation continues. Nembhard on the floor now for matchup purposes.
Nembhard and Suggs, 3 assists in that first half apiece. So really working well together coming in off the bench.
That's one thing about Suggs. He can play both spots. And Nembhard can too, but Nembhard's very efficient running the point, I think.
Zaga's lead intact by just 1.
Thompson going to turn the corner, I thought.
This time he does, spinning into the defense. And a foul call against Gonzaga.
Well, when he gets his confidence, he's going to be tough.
Back and forth we go. What a game we have here in Florida. Hope you're enjoying this holiday. A 1-point intense game. Points, 800 rebounds, 700 assists. Bryce Thompson, an excellent pedigree as well. He's chipped in off the bench. He's hit a 3 in this half to help Kansas get back to within 1.
Yeah, he's found the comfort zone, I think. Thompson now playing with a little more looseness, confidence.
And he may end up being the starter in the lineup most contests, but he and Jalen Wilson will both get key moments throughout the year, and Thompson might be the one finishing games off.
Absolutely. A big upside with this kid. It's all about this end of the floor for him and KU.
Dad Rod played for Bill Self at Tulsa in the 90s. Bryce's grandfather played at Kansas in the 70s. Great pedigree for him. Tied at 57.
Oh, nice job icing there.
Suggs cross court. Ayayi with a 3.
Nice find.
Second year as a starter for Joel Ayayi. Going to give it a long 2 to make it 59-57.
Use of the floor a little bit more. No, got to read it. Nice play by Timmy.
Brown forced it a little. Suggs, oh, what a finish at the rim, and a foul.
Well, he's in that attack mode. 2 defenders, unabashed. Easy hoops, so important in games like this. Look at this. Breaks down 2, able to convert and get to the line as well. Big time performer. Enjoying the bright lights here. A big thing on this, you just don't get yourself back into position. A little late, tardy, you jam and help, but you got to be able to recover and close.
Suggs into double figures.
These freshmen play like they've been around for 5 years, don't they?
This kid's got some international experience with the U.S. junior national team. A lot of international experience, a lot of overseas experience for some of the foreign players. Incredible to see what freshmen are doing, what they look like.
Who's McCormick there?
I haven't really seen a lot of touches for him. You talked about
late, not late. Lately, I should say.
On to Thompson, rebounded by Ayayi.
End up with a tough shot. I think McCormick's good enough to find people. There's that Euro stuff we saw earlier. Don't finish.
McCormick snares the board. Thompson. McCormick offensive rebound.
That's that foot speed he has now. Numbers.
Yep, here comes Suggs to Nembhard. Back to Suggs. Oh, he left it a little bit short.
They got numbers here, 5-on-4.
Abaji to Thompson. That's a 2, and he knocks it down.
They got the feet set. That boy, this kid not afraid. Misses a couple. He's a willing shooter.
Short memories for the youngsters.
Well, you have to.
6 minutes into this second half. Good matchup, isolated. Timmy and McCormick.
Got to see the ball in man, because he'll get a nice drop step again. Oh, goodness. Either hand, either way.
21 for Drew Timmy, the sophomore from Texas.
McCormick's probably afraid to foul. He's got to do a better job defensively.
Doubled air, beautiful pass to Wilson, everything but the finish. Nembhard stepping through, using the glass. Count the basket, says Doug Sermons.
He is a confident player. To get an experienced guy, and speaking of experience, a little drop, sends your guy up to the middle, drop step, kiss at this end. Just solid basketball. And you see McCormick, he's got to give ground. Once you know where the weight is distributed, you can take advantage. Timmy time. And
go in March, was sharing that hug on senior night. Of course, he's been around the Kansas program. His dad, Danny Manning, now working on television. He's been around that KU program. He's really close with Tyler Self, Bill's son, Nico Roberts, Norm Roberts' son. What a story for these two to be reunited.
Well, the family connection is really pretty close. The background of coaches and people. You think of Roy Williams, Larry Brown coached the dad years ago. Ted Owens, there's Fog Allen, James Naismith, who's you have to thank for us being here. Nice drive and finish.
Wilson unable to get it on the first try. Is there for the second effort.
Empty side drive. This is the small lineup, so you see a lot of this. It's dribble drive and just unable to convert on that one, but really stick-to-itiveness here. Number 10 in your program. Wilson finish it.
Draws the foul on Anton Watson, his second. Watson tipped it, slapped away by Abaji, who has 3 fouls for Kansas, as does Garrett. Nembhard, that's an open 3. Just short. Abaji, the step through, the sea parted, and he took it home.
And a head and shoulder fake set it up, too. Had a wing look if he needed it.
Heady player.
Pretty.
How about that?
Wow. Here's a kid who averaged 15 points in his prior destination. A nice little cross and finish.
Wilson slapped away by Cook. He's claiming that he went back out on Kansas, but it will stay here.
A good officiating crew. They really communicate well with one another. Checking to see if it hit off the knee.
Back and forth ball game, huh?
It really is. I don't know if Bill agrees with my last statement there. As he walked by. No, it is. It's really a fun game. Little back screen. They're great on out of bounds, and here they are.
Yep, Wilson again.
They do such a great job. So many things and variety that they provide. They got small ball. Might be Thompson in the low post. Gets jammed up, but just trying to load up and discard.
You were right, it was indeed Bryce Thompson who picked up his second foul.
Learning that post defense is so important for young people. How to be in position.
Maneuvering. Jalen Suggs in the air. 5 in the second half, a dozen for the game. 5 is the difference. Wilson slipped.
Yeah.
Good job. He got back and knocked it away. Nembhard with a beautiful feed to Suggs. Rebound Thompson.
And your point is well taken. Nembhard sees people.
Thompson, the pull-up pop. Nicely done. He's having a hot second half, huh?
He's having fun. This is what college basketball is all about. A little nickel dimer out there.
Yeah,
Abaji. And just a little bump provides an opportunity at the rim. No communication. They give up too easy. In this game, you give up.
For the #1 team in the country entering this season. Foul trouble building up for the Kansas Jayhawks. Ochai Abaji just picked up his 4th. Marcus Garrett with 3. Those are 2 of the veteran guards. Nembhard into double figures.
It looks like tiny time for KU right now. Open up that middle.
One shot.
Weave on the perimeter. Get a ball screen and go to the rim. See if they can take advantage of Timmy on the offensive end for the Zags.
Timmy, Cook, Suggs, Nembhard, and Kispert for Gonzaga.
They go a little zone right now. A little matchup. It's not a big team, but you should be able to offensive rebound.
Garrett in the middle. Braun covered up. Thompson gets a look over the closing Kispert. Tipped alive by Wilson. Twisting to put it back up and in.
Yeah, just don't identify people to check.
Kansas, one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country last year in a very good offensive rebounding league in the Big 12.
Yeah, if you don't put bodies on them, very quick and active and quick jumpers.
Well, Grant Foster guarding against Timmy right now. Nembhard was short there.
That's not what you want out of him. Twice he's done that. He's got to run the show for this club. But always get that shot.
Nembhard, a 32% career shooter in 2 years at Florida from outside. Kansas led by 2 in the opening minute of this game. They have not led since. Led for all of 17 seconds. Quick. Garrett, a little quick first step you saw right away, right?
A little lingerie on the deck. Nice post up.
Right to Timmy.
That's what they got to do. No size out there. Got to dominate.
He's got 23 points.
And they go back to the man after those last 2 trips. Nice hands. Cook.
Garrett tried to save it, and that's good perimeter defense by Gonzaga.
It was all Cook on that particular trip, but this is just a good understanding of what you can possess in those pins, and that is explosive. Turn, fire, finish. Providing the lift despite some foul difficulties, too.
And it goes the other way.
Nice shot by Brown. Got in the passing lane. Took away vision.
Kansas just refusing to go away, as we would expect. Bill Self kind of gave us a quote that stuck out. I don't know what we're going to look like come season opener, but I know we've got talent.
He didn't know what they looked like in the first half.
Yeah.
I just can imagine him at halftime because he's so proud of his defensive ability as a team over the years. Just control tempo, make you take tough shots.
Double-digit turnovers on both sides. There's another one from Kansas as Tyon Grant Foster gets tagged for the charge as Kispert stepped in.
Great footwork on that dribble drive.
Lucas Oil game summary for us here, Raph. What sticks out while you're evaluating the first half?
Obviously, the points inside are very big, and fast break opportunities. And KU's got to take away those, make sure they balance the floor. It's a muted audience, isn't it?
The tension. It's a muted tension, right, Raph?
I think it's just family and friends.
Yep.
Nice again.
Timmy again. 25 for Drew Timmy.
experience, I think, against McCormick. Moving him around a little bit.
Wilson and Timmy the rebound off the miss.
Where they put pressure with the early push. May not take one, but they got plenty of time. There's another nice replace.
Kispert stepping in over Thompson.
They get good shots.
First points of the second half for Corey.
And then brought under control that time. They look for the jack.
You said the word orchestrate earlier for him. That's exactly what he did on that play. Ooh, Garrett slipped on the deck, lost the ball. Timmy to Suggs, muscling through. Timmy on the deck, battling with Thompson, and it's a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Kansas.
It's interesting, Timmy, not bad handling coming down the floor. Settled for Suggs. He had an open three in the corner if he chose. Wet spots they're trying to straighten out.
You mentioned the fans here. The Fort Myers tip-off was giving away, or not giving away, selling limited tickets to what they deemed as pairs of tickets for socially distanced groups. A lot of socially distanced ribbon out here. So fans trying to be as responsible as possible, you hope.
That's a little close there. Chris, I love our producer being out in the truck and we're in here. That's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Social distance.
We want to be
Steve Shear.
From Steve Shear. Another turnover goes back to Gonzaga. Happy to be here, grateful to be here with RAF, our excellent crew. These four programs, and hopefully will continue to give us good shows over the next day.
It's a beautiful area of the country. Those areas we have.
West Florida, yeah.
If you have money, you'll probably have a couple of estates down in this.
What property are we looking at after this whole thing is done? I think we should get an apartment together. Abaji back in for Kansas. He's got those 4 fouls. Traffic around Timmy and forcing the traveling violation.
That's the first time they've doubled the box. Bill playing small, wisely chose to get 2 to complicate things. Fury's such a relaxed guy. I mean, he's involved, obviously, when you're coaching, but just has a nice way with people, with his team. Class act.
Wouldn't expect much less from the avid fly fisherman, something he does often to relax. We've got a chance to catch up with him.
I don't know many coaches in the country that are fly fishermen that might sneak out in the middle of the season.
Started, of course, with Dan Fitzgerald in the late 80s, became the head coach in '99. Wilson through the traffic, showing the strength.
He sure did. Once again, that middle wide open because there's no center. Look at this kid.
Ooh, Suggs into Wilson.
He's in the attack mode. He's got to be careful, though. You pick up charges as people prepare for you. Make sure you got a good read, got an angle, or you can end up with some foul problems. But this kid is a load. Tough, unabashed in the open floor. He'll take you all to lunch if he has to. Big-time athlete.
Sanibel, KU back within 5, RAF.
Originally signed at Michigan, was hurt, as you mentioned earlier, but his ability around the rim, 11 points, but just solid attack. And in our conversation earlier, a glue guy. Does anything to provide a lift for his club. Baji back on the floor. And tiny KU team, I'm so accustomed to big-time center and a power forward. You know, it's just a different look, and they just have to be very good on the defensive end. I think that's what shocked Bill, at least at halftime.
They went 3 guards, 2 bigs last year. They had McCormick and Udoka Azubuike playing together against Duke. Kind of felt like, all right, maybe we need to go smaller. We need to play a little faster. They pretty much went 4 guards the rest of the year.
And now they're up to 5.
Yeah, exactly. Jalen Suggs also with an excellent debut in a Gonzaga uniform. Has lived up to a lot of the hype, at least for this game.
Yeah, he and Thompson have been impressive as rookies.
Inside of 8 to play, 3 timeouts for Gonzaga. Note that Bill Self only has 1 timeout with which to work the rest of the way.
Yeah, he's trying to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yep. Also double bonus for Gonzaga the rest of the way as well. Nice hands by Thompson.
Boy, being in the right spot. He's done some nice things defensively. Ayayi with the dribble drive, trying to find.
Two-time Oklahoma Player of the Year, Bryce Thompson.
Nice to have family connections.
Yeah.
You noted, huh?
Exactly, from Tulsa.
You and Bill are tight, the dad.
Suggs, what a shot.
He thinks he got hit. Oh, no, that's his signal, I guess. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well, back up to a double-digit lead. Kansas had tied it at 56 at one point. Good defense by Kispert, forcing a tough one from Abaji. Bryce Thompson from Booker T. Washington High School, top 20 recruit. His dad, Rod, played for Bill Self at Tulsa in the late 90s. And we mentioned his grandfather, Marshall Rogers, played at KU momentarily before transferring out.
Yeah, great story that is. Suggs amazing there. Come up empty, but just to retrieve the ball.
Oh, Kispert taking the contact from Thompson. Two shots coming. Finish that off for you. There's Marshall Rogers. Wanted to show you that wonderful photo. Old school Kansas jerseys, too. Look at that.
Going back a few years to the coach, it looks like.
In fact, you were talking about Kansas's defense. Obviously, they've given up 80-plus in this game. They allowed just 69 a game. Or 60 a game, I should say, last year. Best defensive performance in Kansas since 1969 when Ted was the head coach.
How about that?
What were you doing in 69? That's what I want to know.
69, I was sort of traveling around.
You're a nomad for a year.
Following the Knickerbockers, believe it or not, that one year.
Sure.
When they won their championship. I had nothing to do with it. Of course, I gave some tips to Red Holzman on occasion.
You're right between FDU and Seton Hall.
Correct.
That's easy.
And Seton Hall wished I had stayed between.
But Kispert having a dynamic game. He and Timmy with 20-plus for Gonzaga. And playing the defense there, but a good finish by Brown.
And really a nice brush screen to set it up for that dribble drive. This kid is taking over.
Oh, my goodness. Suggs again into the cameraman.
He's down. See if they take it. He's ambling a little bit.
Yeah. 5-on-4. It's Wilson. Kispert the rebound for Gonzaga, up a dozen. With half a dozen minutes to go. Ayayi with the split, and a foul called against Kansas.
And McCormick, I think, just got caught in the wrong spot, though. But this kid just is in the intent, the cup. Marbury cup.
With the strength, you mentioned the football skill earlier as a dual threat guy. He's taken hits as a runner. It feels like that has translated to the rim runs.
What you're saying is this is nothing compared to football, right? The punishment you get in that sport?
Well, you're not with the pads here.
No.
I'm not saying I can take it. I'm just trying to stay out the cylinder. That's all.
Getting out of touch a little bit here, KU.
Yep. Brought Enaruna in. Good rebound there. Garrett, Brown, McCormick, and Abaji with the 4 fouls. They need something here. It's McCormick going up strong and drawing the contact.
Nice dive to the rim by McCormick. Garrett confident to lob it to him. Tomorrow, when Kansas plays, I think the defense will be buttoned up. It's not that it's non-existent, but they got themselves into a hole where they couldn't control anything, any pace, any tempo of the Zags.
I'll be curious to see what St. Joseph's looks like tomorrow with good firepower returning for them from the leading scorer in the A-10 and Ryan Daly.
Right, absolutely. Good feel for the game. We'll see that later. Good shooter. I think he's got people around him this year when he gets in the lane to find and decimate the D.
It'll be fun to watch Billy Lang's crew in his second season go up against Bruce Pearl and the Auburn Tigers. That'll be over on FS1 later this afternoon. Here's Timmy, traveling violation.
Again, when they double it, but how about Suggs? Terrific, stepping up. No rookie shakes with this kid. Talk about his ability as a quarterback, running. And how about the touch? Nylon, deep, and a mini.
Zach Collins, Jalen Suggs. That's the list of McDonald's All-Americans to play at Gonzaga.
How about that?
against Timmy as Tristan and Aruna took it to the ring.
They got to get to the foul line. They got to get in contact here and make sure either finish and get a free throw.
Kansas 66% as a team last year from the stripe. That is lower than Bill Self would prefer. They're 12 of 19 so far, so they left some points on the board.
Now this kid he's versatile. He can drive both ways.
Aruna, the sophomore, originally from the Netherlands, a place called Almere in the Netherlands. That's a planned municipality, one of the newest and fastest growing Dutch cities.
Oh, you're the real estate agent here.
Listen, I've got some lovely property. Let's talk about European real estate. There's free throws for Kansas. Gonzaga much better.
Nice slip by Kispert.
Garrett's guarding him. Excellent defender.
So they put you through those ball screens, don't they? Nice double here by Garrett.
Good job by Timmy to stay alive, but then out of the pack ends up traveling. So good defensive stand by KU.
I think he's at least 3, maybe 4 walks because of that traffic. Helping out McCormick.
10-point game, 5 to go. Does Kansas have an offensive surge in them? Garrett had a dozen in the first half, just 4 points in the second half so far.
See if we can get McCormick a touch on the box. Give him a little bit of a hook. You can make that.
He'll step out, long 2.
I'd rather him inside now when you're behind.
You want a little more efficiency.
Yeah. The one advantage of the mask is the players can't really read your lips.
Bill might be able to express a little more in privacy.
Nice hands.
Garrett. Brown couldn't hold on to it.
Kispert with a good look at it.
Oh, Ayayi couldn't hold on to it. Kispert comes back, recovers. Rebound to Ayayi off the glass.
Oh, they are really active, aren't they? Take advantage of anything loose.
That felt like one of those momentum plays that Kansas needed.
Absolutely. Right now, all the up for grabs they have to come up with.
McCormick is picked off by Ayayi. European real estate. The Frenchman taking care of it.
Well, that's not Netherlands, though. That's Bordeaux. He's come up gimpy a little bit, but wonderful reading. We saw him early in the game, anticipating in the passing lane. Big time. Makes for an easy run out. Number 11 in your program. Sweetheart of a finish for the Zags. Hey, the winner of the game, Starler, is going to be in first place.
There you go.
See?
First team to 4 wins.
I'm sure he didn't have that fact.
14-point lead. That matches the largest of the game for Gonzaga. Another turnover for Kansas on the Wilson giveaway.
Yeah, you can see they're just going to try and attack. And nobody at home in the middle to disrupt in terms of position. And this guy will work them and get them better. Hasn't been easy for him either with all the accusations and NCAA level ones against the program, but they're working hard. They feel confident in what they did, and what they're accused of is not necessarily the fact, but it remains to be seen, right?
Suggs with a great finish. Gonzaga's got its largest lead. Kansas currently dealing with an independent review process going back to the charges from September of last year. 5 level 1 rules violations, including lack of institutional control.
They got a flop.
Yep.
Is that what they're calling?
Well, built for success, Raph. These are the guys that you pointed out right at the top.
2 talented kids, really. And Garrett, one of those kids that's going to be on his shoulders, too, to get everybody organized, be confident, do the right things. And Kispert, we mentioned, they allude to his leadership qualities. He does it in person as well as getting them behind him.
2 seniors we just pointed out. DeJuan Harris Jr., redshirt freshman from Columbia, Missouri. What a pass that was from Suggs to Ayayi.
He set it up. A great response. Like they've been playing together for years.
Garrett strong to the rim and a foul.
Pretty. I love to this little setup. Good vision, looks away, almost picked it up and saw the cut. Just a great read. What a luxury, huh? Play him on the ball or off the ball.
Versatility. Multiple guards on both of these teams. You get the sense that you can play 2 or 3 guys at a time that can all handle the ball. Both of these teams have the ability to go 4 guards. As you pointed out, Kansas went 5 guards at one point. I imagine if Mark Few wanted to do that, he certainly could
He could get away
guards.
with it if he had to. But with Timmy, you don't have to.
Exactly.
The thing with Bill is other people are going to have to step up front. Get some action from them to help McCormick, I think.
Thank you.
As we know, the Big 12 is a devastating schedule for you.
We're second in the preseason poll in the Big 12. First time in a decade that it's somebody other than Kansas in the #1 preseason spot in the Big 12. It was Baylor this year. They're ranked number 2.
And boy, Baylor's had their problems getting games with all the COVID pandemic problems.
There's Kispert with another 2. And Suggs in the second half. Kispert was the key with Timmy in the first half.
He just knows how to play, Kispert. You did in the lane. Nice pump.
Garrett will take the 3 off the Enaruna feed. Get the sense as Kansas gets going in its schedule, there may not be many teams at all that are going to hit 100 points, but if any team's going to hit it, it's this offensive Gonzaga that hits the century mark.
They are prolific, and once again, Suggs with the pass off the great back cut.
Kispert the rebound. 2 minutes to play here in this heavyweight contest, coming in #1 and #6 in the AP poll in the preseason.
Now, Kispert with that rebound. In college, he does a lot of things. He's going to make a lot of money just shooting that ball
Sure.
at the next level.
Speaking of potential European real estate, too. Have a chance to play pro overseas. Could have a chance in the NBA draft as well.
I think the way he shoots the ball, and you cover it, what an asset to have.
Late in the clock, Timmy with the turnaround. They're going to double check to see if he got it off in time.
Kansas is a program with a lot of pride, too. I'm looking for them to bounce back. Let's just see if it's still in his hand. Yeah.
Yeah, at the 0.
Timmy was timid on the release. That guy is just amazing every year. There's a nice understanding of young people.
You mentioned Baylor as well, the Big 12, the difficulty of the Big 12. Both West Virginia and Baylor are on the schedule for Gonzaga. But of course, that up-tempo of Auburn, the young Auburn Tigers now losing just about everybody from that incredible team last year, and of course from a couple of years ago in the Final Four run. We'll have that on Fox tomorrow.
They'll be selling a lot of programs at Auburn, all those new faces, and of course the West Virginia game slapped together.
Yep.
Yeah, one of those, hey, you want to
Tennessee.
play? Let's go.
There's Kansas's next 5 as well, as St. Joe's will be their second opponent. That'll be on FS1 tomorrow. And then up in Indianapolis, meeting with Kentucky, part of the Champions Classic that has been separated now. Michigan State and Duke will play down in Durham, and Bill Self and John Calipari's teams will get a chance to meet in Indy. No basket, as we expected, so it reigns 100-84. Lightfoot adds to the Kansas total with his first field goal of the second half.
I think when they get their legs, I think you see Lightfoot playing a little bit with McCormick on occasion.
I think so too.
Don't you? Because of that.
You may see 3 guards to 5 guards in the same game for Kansas, maybe.
Look at this kid get.
Oh my goodness, it's Jalen Suggs again.
Well, they put Timmy on the high post and just distracted the defense in a blow-by.
Abaji will draw the foul on Drew Timmy.
He gave ground, though. That's what you're taught. He doesn't agree with it either. Well, he has developed, hasn't he? Now get your program ready. We got a whole slew of newcomers coming in with the Zags.
The line change action coming for the #1 team as Abaji sinks the first free throw.
That was our first disagreement with the verticality rule.
Yes.
We had the cylinder rule, and then we had the verticality.
A nice ovation from the Gonzaga fans that are here, in particular for Timmy and Kispert, who were the high men with 20-plus apiece. Of course, Suggs, one of 3 20-point scorers in this game for Gonzaga. What a deep team that Mark Few has this year.
They're deep and talented, and Suggs is the real deal. That kid we're going to enjoy watching all season.
Aaron Cook is in. You got Martynas Arlauskis, the sophomore from Lithuania. Strother is back in. Pavel Zakharov, who did not play today. I imagine more of a matchup thing than anything. And Dominic Harris, a freshman out there for Gonzaga. Cook, rebounded by Jethro Muscadine.
Muscadine, I was working on that all day.
Native of Haiti. Played in a couple of different states in America in high school. Latrell Jossel, freshman for Kansas out of Chicago. And Aruna, with the final seconds ticking away, will knock that one down. Well, we were hoping for a marquee matchup somewhere in the opening parts of the season. We had one between Mark Few and Bill Self, a national title and 4 Final Fours between them. But the #1 preseason team looked very much like it. A 102-90 victory for Gonzaga over Kansas in this impressive opening game of the season. We've got another one over on FS1, Auburn and St. Joseph's. Looking forward to calling that for you as well. For the great Bill Raftery and our wonderful crew here in Florida, Adam Amin sending